Welcome to the second video in the Amateur Radio Service Technician Class License Preparation class. In the previous video, I discussed a bit about myself, how the class is structured, and gave an overview of the actual exam itself. In this short video, I'll discuss the Amateur Radio Service and how the service is governed. The Amateur Radio Service is a regulated service established by the 1921 Radio Communications Act, passed by Congress and subsequently modified several times. The Federal Communications Commission is responsible for regulating a number of communication services, including the Amateur Radio Service, also commonly known as ham radio. The Amateur Radio Service is regulated under Part 97 of the Commission's rules. These rules are actually written in relatively plain English. Just for your information, other services such as broadcast radio or commercial radio are regulated under a different part of the Commission's rules. It's important to note that the word amateur means non-professional, that is, unpaid. We're not allowed to have any pecuniary interest. In other words, we can't do business using amateur radio. For example, a pizza delivery service using amateur radio equipment on amateur radio frequencies would be illegal. Teachers, however, in a classroom setting can teach, use, and demonstrate amateur radio even though they're being paid to teach. Blue Peak High School in Tooele, for instance, has a class where interested students can get their technician class license, design and construct a high-altitude balloon, and launch and track the balloon using amateur radio equipment and frequencies. Another exception is advertising on the air the occasional sale of amateur radio equipment. For instance, each Sunday evening, the Utah Amateur Radio Club has an on-the-air meeting. At the end of the meeting, members can announce radio equipment for sale or radio equipment they wish to purchase. The rule is this must be occasional sales. If a member were to advertise equipment for sale every week, it could be construed as doing business and would be illegal. On a worldwide basis, the International Telecommunications Union, or ITU, defines and decides issues concerning information and communications technologies. Since radio waves are ignorant of political boundaries, the ITU coordinates the radio spectrum, manages satellite orbits, and coordinates worldwide technical standards. The world is broken up into 3 ITU regions. Region 1 is Europe and Africa, Region 2 is North and South America, and Region 3 covers Asia. The ITU is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, and is an agency of the United Nations. The International Amateur Radio Union membership consists of representatives from national radio organizations. The IARU represents amateur radio worldwide to the ITU. In the United States, the American Radio Relay League, commonly called the ARRL, represents amateur radio enthusiasts in the United States and its territories. Membership in the ARRL costs $49 a year and comes with a number of member benefits, including excellent monthly magazines. I urge all amateur radio operators to join the ARRL and have your voice heard both at the FCC and the IARU. Other countries have similar organizations.
It's 9 o'clock.
In Canada, well, that didn't work. In Canada, other countries have similar organizations. In Canada, the Radio Amateurs of Canada represent Canadian amateur radio operators. The Radio Society of Great Britain does the same for Scotland, England, and Ireland. This concludes the second video in this series. Please note any questions or concerns so we can discuss them in the online class session. You can also email me at rolandksmith@gmail.com. Thanks for your time and attention. We'll see you in the class.